showing you how to make a thermometer to measure the efficiency of warm bodies.
So for a thermometer, you will need the following materials: rubbing alcohol, tap water, food coloring, clay, a little bit of paper, a straw, and of course tape and a marker to finish up.
Today I'm going to show you how we're going to set up the experiment and what materials we're going to use. First off, we're going to use rubbing alcohol, which you can get at your local department store or in like a chemistry lab in school, and tap water, which you can find anywhere. And we're going to use a couple of drops of food coloring. We've got half a bottle of water, and we're going to fill up the rest of the bottle with rubbing alcohol, which means that the solution will be made up of 50% water and 50% alcohol, as well as a few drops of food coloring. Okay. But remember that safety must be your first priority when dealing with alcohol or other chemicals. So beware of, make sure that you have a guardian around you when conducting this experiment. So as I promised, we're going to add food coloring now. And the food coloring, we're going to use the food coloring to make it more visual when we're dealing with the straw, so that you can see the liquid in the straw. And once this is evenly red, that'll do. So, in case you encounter the same dilemma as I did, or as we did, you'll just have to turn the bottle on its head, and that should do the trick.
Give it a bit of a twist around.
So that the food coloring is spread all over the bottle.
So you have a PhD in bartending.
Perfect.
So next up, we will put a straw into the bottle
And seal it with some clay and make sure there's no air between it.
and make sure that the straw does not touch the bottom. As you see, it's pretty easy.
And you should make sure that the straw sticks out at least 5 centimeters.
So after that you can take your piece of paper and the piece of tape and you adjust it onto the straw.
Beautiful work, Professor.
So that you later on can see the units, how hot or how cold.
Okay, so for the next step, you will need 2 bowls, one with hot water and one with cold water, and a little bit of ice. Ice cubes will be fine, and then we will begin.
Okay, now we'll proceed by putting the bottle into the bowl of hot water, and the effects might take a while, but it will happen.
As we can see clearly here, the warm water is being conducted by the glass into the highly conductive alcohol water mixture, and through convection the heat is making it rise up, and as it rises here in the straw, based on our measurements, we can then tell what temperature this water is. It's pretty hot, actually.
Exactly. And the very low part here just tells us if the water here, we can see it now, it's here, but before it was here. And this tells us it's on room temperature, but this here is way above room temperature, as you can see.
Indeed it is.
A few centimeters upwards.
Super hot, as some would say.
Exactly.
Now we're going to mark the heat units by putting a mark to the maximum height to where the mixture got.
Okay, for the second bowl we're going to add ice cubes to make sure that the bowl includes cold water.
So this is maximum heat right now in the hot bowl.
The water's nearly boiling, and as you can see, we're going to put it into ice cold water now, and
Yeah.
And
There we
it's
go.
drastically lowering,
Yeah.
as you can see, on our thermometer. Exactly.
Okay, so through this experiment we were able to measure the heat of objects, since this liquid expands when it's heated up.